Ladies and gentlemen,
this is Gamertag Radio with your hosts, Danny Peña, Paris Lily, and Peter Toledo.
All right, so we're here with the legend, also WWE Hall of Famer, Brie Garcia.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Yeah, so I see you were hosting this event here, Candy Crush All-Stars. How was that experience hosting that?
It was absolutely incredible. You know, I love competition, obviously, and I love seeing people compete, and I saw that today. And it was crazy. High stakes, the pressure, and just seeing a bunch of greatness. I mean, these are all the top 9 players in the world, and seeing them compete against each other, I was like taking notes. I'm like, okay, that's what I need to do.
Yeah. Do you play games here and there casually?
Oh, yes.
Yes. Oh,
I love it on my
gamer.
free time, or if I'm, I travel a lot
Yeah.
for work. So it's nice when you're at the airport, you're sitting by your gate. It's just relaxing.
Yeah, just play, games on the go on your phone,
Yep.
and stuff like that. Yeah. So how's it been the process of like, being a wrestler and now doing like things like this, also reality shows? How's that been like the process for you so far?
It's been a great transition. I'll always miss the ring, right?
Yeah.
I'm someone who loves competing, but it's been fun to kind of take that grit and that competition side of me, the competitiveness, into being a wine producer, so living in Napa Valley and having my own wine in the tasting room, then doing the reality shows, and now hosting. It's fun to be a little uncomfortable and nervous the way you would feel walking to a ring, right? I get to do that now hosting, and I love that.
See, I'm a podcaster, and I know you did some podcasting stuff too, your sister, right? So how was that?
Yes, my twin Nikki and we have our own podcast show, the Nikki and Brie Show, and I love it. We do 2 episodes a week. And the one thing that everyone always knew about Nikki and I is we love to talk.
I can see that.
And it was like,
yeah.
And it was like, so the podcast world's always been a perfect place for us. And we, what you saw from Total Divas and Total Bellas is we're open books. We don't hold back. You're going to see the good, the bad, the ugly. We want people to know they're not alone. So we bring that into our podcast.
Yeah. You talked about all kinds of stuff though, right?
All kinds of things. Sometimes I look at Nikki and I'm like, earmuffs, please.
Yeah. No, that's cool.
She's a little TMI.
No, continue. I love that. I think that's going to bring a lot of people to listen more podcasts, so I love
agree.
that. Yeah. Huge fan of podcasting. Now, let's talk a little bit about, games, stuff like, is there anything that you're currently playing? I know people are going to ask like, oh, what type of games she likes? Is it mobile? Is it?
Oh, mobile. I feel like everyone, like your phone, is...
It's easy to pick up and play.
It is. And it's always on you, right? So when you're waiting for calls or you're, just life, it feels like life is in a phone. It's great when I can open up Candy Crush and I can just relax and do it. And then I'm like, okay, now I got to get to a meeting or,
So you're more of like a puzzle casual
I want my
player.
brain to work.
Yes.
Make my brain work.
You see yourself competing like other players over here too? There was some pretty good ones.
Let me tell you, I took some notes today, and I'm like, okay, Brie, let's train, let's work, girl, because maybe I'll be at 2025.
Any other players that stood out to you that got to play today?
I mean, I was blown away by Ben. I really was. Even Suzanne, they both were the final 2. And I'll say when I was watching them play, they had a lot of ease. They seemed very relaxed. And I was like, wow, I realize I'm a fast player. And I'm like, I need to be more slow because I was watching them. I'm like, the way they do it. But honestly, all of these contestants are incredible, and
from all different backgrounds.
All different backgrounds.
Yeah.
And I was watching their facials and the way they take pressure on and the way they were handling the 3 minutes they were given in the rounds, and it was really interesting.
And what's next for you? I know you're always busy. Podcast.
Oh my God.
Shows,
always.
hosting.
I know.
What's next?
So, I mean, next for really myself is I just opened up a tasting room in Napa Valley. So just really taking Bonita, our wine brand, to the next level. It's really awesome. We're in talks with Walmart right now. So
nice. Okay.
Yeah, so it's fun to get our wine out there. And obviously we love television. We love entertainment. And Nikki and I are at a place now where we have a couple projects that are in the works, but also we're wanting to get behind the camera. One thing I love about podcasting is we have this platform where we can give a lot of people's voices that aren't heard, getting them heard, and especially female athletes. And that's what we want to do.
Well, I want to ask you this question. It's pretty random, but I'm a new dad. I'm a new parent.
Ooh, congratulations!
Yeah, so it's been a couple months. So any tips for new parents? I know you have some kids already, right?
Yes.
So how's
I have
that
a
been?
lot
You know,
of
being
tips for
busy
you.
because we've always been busy. You know, work on projects, you know, playing games whenever we get
Right.
the chance. So, and we're part of that gaming industry. So,
Yeah.
like, any tips for new parents that want to get
Yes.
into like having their own business, or maybe they just want to casually play a game like Candy Crush, you know, have some little
Right.
break? Any advice?
Yeah, I do have advice. You know, for me, especially being a new parent, is just giving yourself some grace. Parenthood is such trial and error. And I feel like in today's world, we try so hard to be perfect because we have so much information at our fingertips.
Sure.
So the minute you want to like be like, I need 30 minutes to just sit back and play Candy Crush, allow yourself that. It's okay. I feel like we have these pressures where we get this parent guilt, like we always have to be on, but we don't. And patience. I've always had to tell myself, like, these little babies and my children, like, they've only known this world for so long that for them, every day is a learning experience. So to understand that at one point I had to learn it all. And so patience, and don't fall into the parent guilt. Can get you.
Yes. My last question. I love seeing now more women in women wrestling. And you started back then, you know, with your sister. And what do you think of like the industry overall of like seeing more women athletes, women wrestlers now getting into the industry?
It's absolutely incredible. It's what we've all fought for so many eras and generations. And when I watch now, especially let's take it to just like WrestleMania, it gives me goosebumps, and it actually, you know, makes my eyes water because it's incredible to see what the women are doing now, and the storytelling and the opportunities. And it's what any woman you would ask in the past, they would want. Yeah. And so I love seeing it now. It's been a long time in the making.
A long time.
You know what I mean?
Props.
Finally.
Yes.
Finally. But I love it as a fan, sitting back and watching. Like, look, I have chills thinking about it. It's
That's
just
awesome.
so fun to watch women's wrestling. And what I like more, there's not just one place you can watch it. It's
everywhere.
Like, there's so much women's wrestling out there, and that's what I love. I love that I can watch AEW, I can watch WWE, I can watch Ring of Honor. The list goes on of all the different platforms now we have access to watching women wrestle.
Yeah, it reminds me of like games. Like, it's so easy now to pick up, play. Same thing with like watching a show or TV, wrestling, or even with sports now. A lot of people they have different ways to get into any type of thing now, you know, so
100%. And the opportunity that it brings.
100%.
I mean, how incredible what Candy Crush, like bringing these contestants from all over the world to compete is incredible.
Yeah, really cool. But Brie, it was an honor to have you on.
Thank you.
And good luck for everything, especially with the podcast. I'm a huge fan.
Thank you. Right. Well, hopefully our paths crossed in that.
Definitely, for sure. All right. Thanks.
Bye.